Here's the last video I made 1 month ago on my progress to getting to a Neoxa node. I was under 30% of the way there, doing solo mining and using iNodes to generate additional Neoxa as part of a shared node platform. It's been a month. I'm gonna give you an update in this video. I'm going to share some additional things I'm going to do to get there faster because I'm getting bored. And lastly, we're gonna take a look at the difficulty and hash rates that really went up today that are just making this harder. That's where I was 1 month ago, and here's where I'm at as of today. 63.59% of the way to the node. So I am getting closer and closer and closer, and I've done a few things in that time to continue to generate more Neoxa. So of course, solo mining, which I have 67 or 68 GPUs right now, half AMD, half NVIDIA, all on Neoxa, all solo mining, and you can see the effort is at 88%. So it actually went down from the video that I made there. And why this is important is I'm actually doing better solo mining than if I was mining to a pool and sharing the rewards. Anything under 100%, you're doing better. So that's really great to see. I'm getting, I guess that's 12% more Neoxa than I would be getting. And that has generated me the vast majority of my Neoxa, coming in at 603,000 Neoxa. iNodes has been paying me out as well. I've been sending it over there in batches, so there's probably around 500 to 550,000 Neoxa on iNodes, and that has generated me almost 20,000 Neoxa in rewards thus far. And the thing that I changed up, and I will continue to expand upon in this video, is using Unmineable, because Unmineable has added Neoxa on their platform, so you can mine and get Neoxa using the hash rates from other miners using different algorithms. And that is the amount, as of updating the spreadsheet, that I had on Umineable, which is a combination of my Jasminer X41U is currently over there mining either at hash or ETC hash. We'll take a look in a little bit, and getting paid out in Neoxa. And then I've also have my 4090 up over there that is currently on a Lathium, and that is getting paid out in Neoxa. And then as I've been testing GPUs, they've also just been going over there, sending hash rate as I test them on different algorithms. So that's gave me over 12,000 Neoxa that's sitting on the Umineable platform right now, which gives me that grand total there that you're looking at. And so I want to take a look at a couple of things, like how much longer is this going to take if I just kind of stay the course, because I want to maybe do some different things with my GPUs, or honestly probably turn some off, because my electric bill, my electric bill was hilarious for all this solo mining that I've been doing, all these GPUs going on. But spring is here soon, summer rates are coming, and so I definitely want to get this done before my electric rates go up any further. So I constantly take a look at the mining profit calculator for solo mining over on 2CryptoCalc, which is where we're at right now. And what I do is I go over to my Hive OS and I take a look. Right now I have 1.5 gigahash currently on Neoxa solo mining. So I'm going to take that and put it in here, convert it to megahash. So you're going to do 1513. I'm going to let that show that my mining profit, if I was just going to do pool mining, is 5,673 Neoxa per day, which the rewards are crazy down in Neoxa from where they were just a few days ago, because the network hash rate has exploded. And I'm over on 2Miners, which is where I like to take a look at hash rates and difficulty. Just today, it's almost doubled the amount of hash rate that's on there. So the rewards are significantly down, which is not great for me as I'm continuing to try to mine Neoxa to get to this node. And then I hit can I mine solo, because that's what I like to do. And you can show the blocks, 3 blocks per day is what's on average for me right now, which is down about a block or 2 from where it was just yesterday, just a couple days ago. So I check this out frequently. So the rewards are definitely down, which means it's going to take longer for me to get over to that node, which brings me to things that I want to change up here to get there faster, and I guess make up some ground if the hash rate and the difficulty stay where they're at. And so I'm just going to go all in. I'm going to take absolutely everything that I have that is mining anything else, and send it to Neoxa. So all my GPUs are on there, save the 4090 right now because it's more profitable to mine Aletheum. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my other Jasminer and I'm going to shift that over to Unmineable as well. I'm also looking at my KS0 Pro Caspa miner. I'm going to shift that over to Unmineable to get paid out in Neoxa. And then I'm going to see if I can get my Xillinx C1100 FPGA, which is currently mining Ironfish, which is supported on Umineable, also shoved over there, just so I can get this done and get the node running and then decide some other things to do. I'm also curious if it's more profitable for me to just throw everything on Aletheum, which I think is the most profitable right now for GPUs. Like, should I just be mining Aletheum and then converting that over to Neoxa on Umineable? I'm gonna check that out too. So we gotta run some numbers. I gotta move some things over. The one that I have moved over already, if we take a look here, is the Jasminer X41U. And it's been mining, doing 572 mega hash over to Unmineable just fine. So you know what, while we're here, because I have the Jasminer X16Q up, why don't I just take this, I'm gonna take the URL, because I know that this is the same exact settings, and I'm gonna put all of the same information right over in the Jasminer X16Q, and I'm gonna save that. I'm just not gonna waste any time, and I'm gonna get this mining right away. I'm gonna change this to mine, what's the other one doing? I looked, like ETC and ethash are like really similar profitability on Umineable, so it really shouldn't matter. So I'm gonna leave it on ETC. I got it on ultra mode, so it's just giving as much hash rate as possible. Let me submit that. We're gonna check Umineable in a little bit to see if that shows up, and then also how much Neoxa I can expect it to generate on Umineable. But while it's doing that, I'm gonna go grab the KS0 Pro to get that going. I've actually got to do some upgrades on this thing, so I'm gonna work on that right now while I have it over here. My buddy gave me some fans that are a little better than the terrible fans that I have on here right now. So they're just higher RPM, some NZXT fans that he had that he wasn't using. So I'm gonna switch over to those. And then I have from the meter box some panels to put on the side because I just left it open to get some more airflow in, and I'm gonna see if I can get those to work with the cable setup that I have right now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but we're gonna check that out here in a second. So let me get this fan off the top. Old fan off, new fan going in. Okay, what I'm gonna do now, I've kind of left these cables just all hanging out, and I'm gonna actually tuck them in. I don't know, this thing has been doing great temperature-wise, and it's overclocked to the 280. And I'm gonna actually put these in here now and see if that really impacts things. I feel like it's going to. Yeah, there we go. I wanna try these 3D printed. These are really nice. They fit perfectly. I wanna try these 3D printed brackets or whatever here, because why not? I think these are the right screws. I kind of lost track of the screws. Let me get this screwed in. We'll take a look. There it is. It's nice. It still kind of bulges a little bit because I didn't tuck the cables back all the way. It's still kind of as hideous as it ever was. Yeah, well, hopefully it runs cool. If it doesn't, I'm just gonna undo these things that I put in the side. Here's how this whole Umineable thing works. I'm gonna select the cryptocurrency that I wanna get paid out in, and then I'm gonna select the algorithm that my hardware will be using. In this case, K-heavy hash, which is what this KS0 Pro is gonna be mining. And then I'm gonna select the global pool setup that it has here. It will default to use the right pool for your region. So in my case, it'll use US. And then I'm looking for the port is gonna be 3333. So I'm gonna enter that in my case, to the A6 UI, but you can enter it into your mining software. And then I gotta do my wallet and worker name. And Umineable gives you the instructions here. You're gonna do Neox, my actual Neoxa address, my wallet for that, dot, my worker name, and then I am going to do hashtag a referral code so that I can save on fees. You should save on fees too and use hashtag RedFox as your referral code. I'm going to use hashtag RPM for independent mining. And what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to copy this right out of my Jasminer so I don't have to type it all over again, and just change the worker name here. So I'm going to name this one, instead of X41U, this is going to be KS0 Pro. Let's take a look at Umineable. We have the Blake 3 worker, which is the 4090. That's mining, converting over to Neoxa. I have the two at-hash miners, the X41U and the X16Q, are both on here mining ETC hash and converting over to Neoxa. And then what just joined is the KS0 Pro mining K heavy hash, also mining Neoxa. And I forgot, I got two iPollo miners that are ETC miners. I want to get those over right now as well. So let's do that. I'm going to just paste in some of the information because I want to get everything that I have mining anything else over there right now to take advantage of getting to this Neoxa node. So which one is this? This is the V1 Classic Mini. This is the V1 Classic Mini. So I got the pool entered here, and then I'm just going to do the same thing I did before and just steal what I had already typed in to the Jasminer over to the worker. And then I just want to rename this. This is the V1. So I'm going to name it that so I know when it shows up on the Umineable dashboard. So let's go ahead and save that. And then I also have the X1, which is mining here. And they've both been just mining ETC and Xillinx up until now. So let's go ahead and change that one too. So I'm going to go change that to the X1. And then let's make sure that I change that pool as well. I can just copy this one right in from the other iPollo. And let's hit save on that. So that's two more machines that are going to join Umineable to mine Neoxa. And then I think the only one I have left is going to be the FPGA, which I think will work, but I'm also not 100% sure. So let's check that out. I'm looking at the FPGA. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. It's a little tricky in HiveOS. I duplicate the flight sheet and it actually doesn't do anything. It doesn't even show me any of the flight sheets. So I got to go to the actual main flight sheets page. I want to edit this. I'm going to choose that as the coin that I want to mine. I'm going to select that wallet, but then everything else I have to do, I think, is custom. So let's come over here and start entering some of this information in from the Umineable website. So the pool URL is going to be Ironfish. Yeah, so I'm going to do pool URL right there. Let's go back to HiveOS. And the port, if I remember, is 3333. And the wallet and worker name is going to be my Neoxa. Copy this over from here. And I'm going to enter that into HiveOS. Where are we going? Right back here. So let's do that. And then, so let's take my worker name, get it out of there, and get it into the separate place into HiveOS. And I'm just going to call this one FPGA. And I think I have everything. Let's apply that. We're going to hit update. And now let's go back to that FPGA. We're going to find that Xillinx C1100. It still probably has, yeah, it has no flight sheet. So one of the things I notice I have to do is actually come up to here and then find the flight sheet. I think it's the rocket. Yeah. And then it will actually show there. So let me pick Neoxa, this Umineable FPGA. And that will actually apply it. And let's see, I don't know, this is kind of the trickiest one. Let's see if that works. As that's doing its thing and refreshing, and I'm hoping the workers all show up on the Umineable pool, there's something I've been thinking about quite a bit, and I want to take a look at that right now with you all. So that this is the 4070 Super. These are all my custom overclocks for my GPU. And so I was wondering, like, would it make more sense for me to just mine a Lathium and send the Blake 3 hash rate to Umineable? Would that get me more Neoxa than actually just mining Neoxa by itself? Because when you look here, the Lathium profit in this case is 29 cents per day, where I got to scroll way down to even find Neoxa on this list. In that case, I'm only getting 9 cents a day. So, like, wouldn't it make sense to mine a Lathium hash rate and then get paid out in Neoxa? Like, am I thinking about this the wrong way? So I want to take a look at that. And so let's just say this is a 4070 Super, is doing 2.12 gigahash per second. And I want to put that into Umineable because it's going to give me an idea. So here I'm at Blake 3 for Neoxa. It has this calculator here to let me know how much Neoxa I would get per day. So 151 Neoxa per day. Is that more or less than if I actually just mined Neoxa itself? Let's go back over to what to mine, take a look, scroll all the way down to Neoxa. It's actually less. It's less. So it's better, though maybe not in like US dollar amount. It is better for me to mine Neoxa by itself because I want to get a node and it will generate actually more of their cryptocurrency than if I took all of my GPUs and mined the most profitable, which is really interesting. Obviously, something you can do is mine the most profitable and then exchange it, but you're still paying like exchange fees and all that. So I don't know, something to consider. Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comment section. 7 workers are online, so I think we're good. Let's check this out. If I go over to workers, you can see there's my Ironfish worker, the FPGA coming in there. Here's my 4090, and here's my KS0 Pro on K Heavy Hash, and then there's all 4 ETC workers as well over on Umineable. So now what I want to do is get a sense of how much Neoxa I'm going to be generating per day. And I found a way to do that per worker, and I'm going to walk you through one right now. So let's take the X1, the iPollo X1, which is doing 350 mega hash per day. Now put it into the calculator here. That's going to say I should do 215 Neoxa per day. So here's all of the individual miners that are on Umineable right now. And then I also want to take into account what the GPUs should be doing on Solo. So back over to Crypto Calc. The amount of Neoxa has actually gone up since recording this video a little bit earlier today. So I'm up to 7,043 Neoxa, and I'll probably do a little bit better than that if my Solo luck keeps up. But let's just take that amount in, 7,043. And that is the amount of Neoxa that I will generate from just mining. So let's get an idea of what that will be. That's 10,500 Neoxa from just mining. So what I have to do now is take that amount and then plus the amount that I'm getting from iNodes to get an idea of how long it's going to be for me to reach this node. iNode says I'm going to be taking home 621 Neoxa per day. So let's take that information in, put it in the spreadsheet, and then we're just going to add those two numbers together, which is going to be this, my mining plus my node, to give me 11,121 Neoxa that I will be taking in per day. So now what we need to do is figure out how much Neoxa is left. So in order to do that, I'm going to take into the 1 million that is required of a node, and I'm going to subtract the amount that I currently have so far, which is going to be this amount right here, to show that I need 364,000 Neoxa in order to get to that node. So now this is pretty simple math. I'm just going to take that amount and I'm going to divide it by the amount that I'll be taking in per day, and it's going to tell me that it's 32. We'll just say 33, round up to 33 days left in order for me to get to running a node with the 1 million. I hope you guys stuck with me through the end there. So a month. I got a month left, and I'm hoping that difficulty comes down, and I'm also know that as I continue to send collateral over to iNodes, I'll actually be generating more from that platform over time. So I think I can actually get this in under 1 month, which is really great because I want to wrap this one up. I want to get that node running, experiment with that, figure out where to host it or host it at home, and I'm really excited to do all of that and then move my hash power on to something else. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know it's probably a long one. There's a lot I covered here today, but thanks for sticking with it to the end. I appreciate you all very much. Please take care of yourself and each other, and I'll see you in the next video.